Hi everyone, and happy Boxing Day. I don't know about you, but Boxing Day is one of my favorite days of the Christmas season. It's the day to relax and to just nibble at what all the leftovers, no cooking involved. It's just, to me, it's just a low-key, relaxing day. And sometimes I stay in my pajamas all day. So I hope you've had a wonderful, relaxing day and that you had a great Christmas as well. We did. It was wonderful. Went to our daughter's place. We took the turkey and the trimmings, and she supplied the rest. And we just had a great time together. And today it was warm enough we could go for a walk and just relax a little bit. So I wasn't sure if I was going to come to you live tonight or not because it is the Christmas season, but I thought I had a little bit of time to play today and I wanted to share something with you. So hi everyone, it's Monday Night Stamping with Lillian. My name is Lillian Kemp and I'm coming to you from Alberta, Canada. And Monday nights we try to unlock some paper crafting ideas and things and just get to hang out together and have fun. So thank you so much. Be sure to say hi and to say where you're watching from. We've had more and more people join our group, and so it's just fun to see where you're all coming from, and that's even if you're watching the replay. We would love to have you say hi and just let us know that you've been here. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure and hit that thumbs up or the subscribe button, and also hit that little bell. Then you're notified whenever I upload a new video. So all of that is just super, and we really appreciate that. So let's go down to my desk, and while we're going down, here's a question for you. Do you have any traditional Boxing Day activities? I know lots of people love to go shopping. It's not my thing to do on Boxing Day, but I certainly have a lot of friends who do. And somebody just said, I think it was Karen, thanks for coming on tonight. You know what, Karen? I was in the mood to watch some crafting videos myself, and I seemed to be caught up or whatever, or they were all Christmas. So I thought, well, I am just going to join in and have some fun and hang out with some of my favorite people here. So just a little heads up that the Last Chance products, they are going to be finished January 4th, and there's still some wonderful deals there. And while you're looking for deals, remember the clearance rack has fabulous deals as well. So be sure to check that out. So if you got some money for Christmas, make sure to head over here and take advantage of the deals that are out there. So I see Valerie's here from Medicine Hat. Excellent, Valerie. Thank you. So that being said, January 5th, these two catalogs are going to go live. Sorry for the glare there. So it's the mini catalog, and this mini catalog is going to be good from January to April. And then there's also Celebration, and the things in Celebration you cannot buy. You can only earn them and then get them for free. So every time you spend a $60 order from anything in Stampin' Up, whether it's from the annual catalog, it's from the mini catalog, it's from the clearance rack, if you spend that amount of money, $60 or more, between January 5th and the end of February, you earn free product. Now, some of the product in here is with a $60 order. Some you can earn with a $120 order, and if you want, you can make it so that you earn 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, however many number of things you want. And what I am going to share with you tonight is something from Celebration. Now, I can't show you the inside of the catalogs until the 5th of January, but I can show you the product. So that's what I'm going to do. This is one of the stamp sets that we received at On Stage, which is was our Stampin' Up convention in November, and we were in Vancouver. And this is one of the products that you can earn for free with a $120 order. And I just wanted to have some fun with it tonight and just share a few things with you. I have a few friends that look at this image here and go, yabba dabba doo, I get to color, yay, yay, yay. And I have other friends who look at it and go, oh, yuck, I hate coloring, I'm not going to use it. So my goal tonight is to give you a few tips and tricks on how to use this with and without coloring. So it's called Beautifully Happy. It's got words. I love stamp sets that have words and images with it. And you might say, well, what is this? This is one way to add color, and I'm going to come back to that in a bit and show it to you. But first off, let me just show you. Here is a card, no color at all. Now, those of you who know me know I do love my black and white cards. So I just stamped the image, stamped the words. These words are from the stamp set right here. Added the little B. It's from the stamp set, and this is it. And so then this is the inside, again, all from the stamp set. This designer paper here is from the annual catalog. It's called Perfectly Penciled, and we're going to follow this format for a card because it's a nice way of showing off your designer paper, but we're going to make something different. But I'm going to show you one other, pardon me, one other thing I did with it just before we go on. So here is another version, and this one here, this is where I stamped the black image like that, the outline image, and then I stamped this here, and bingo, it was colored. And then I stamped this here, and again, bingo, it was colored. And the same with this, and just like that, it was colored. And do you see this tiny little stamp here? If you use it one way, it's for the front part of the B, and if you use it the other way, it's for the back part of the B. Add a bit of Wink of Stella. There are even splotches or splatters or whatever you want to call them. And you might say, that's different designer paper. Yes, that is coming in the new mini catalog. And at the conference, we were given some of that, but also as demonstrators, we get to pre-order. Now, I am sorry for the glare, but this is really metallic-y, shimmery, gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So this is the one I used, and I'll be showing more about that later, but that's a bit hard on the eyes, I know. So that I used here. It's got some soft succulent in it, and so that's what I used on the leaves. And then I think I used Petal Pink there. So, but just before we start stamping, I wanted to share a couple of things. So I shared that you could go black and white like this. You can also just do gold or white or silver embossing, and you get that image. Now, I haven't made a card out of this yet, but I wanted to show this to you. Then I also stamped it and embossed in white on black, and I had it out, and one of my monthly, the ladies who comes once a month said, why don't you color that with pencil crayons? So I started, and look at how the color looks on the black. It just pops, and the white frames it. So let me just show you a little bit. I'm using Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green, and the pencil crayons work beautifully on this. They predominantly cover the black, and it just adds that richness of color. And because it's embossed, that white embossing helps you stay within the lines, just like that. And then I can go on with Granny Apple Green and color in the leaves. I wasn't going to do all of it because I didn't want to bore you, but I'm actually on a roll, so I'll just finish that off. But there you go. So don't you love it when your friends tell you, make suggestions that work out beautifully like that? I just love how that looks. So you could see how it would look in just white and black, but also just adding the watercolor pencils looks fabulous. It makes it pop. So I'm seeing some of you excited about that idea too. Then also in here, there's a little flower, and it's got these pieces that stamp over again. This is just an amazing set, and I haven't done anything with this tag yet either, but you can, let me just bring in one of those papers here. You can, oh, I was scribbling on the back of that. I was practicing. There we go. So you can see how that can just look so nice too, like that. So, and that's a new tag set that we have coming out. So I'll be showing you all these things, but this is just to whet your appetite. So let's make a card following this format here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some thick basic white, and it is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4.25. Now I want to take, I've folded it, I've burnished the fold with my bone folder, just like that. And now I want to take 1 inch off the front. So I'm bringing in my paper trimmer, and we can measure 1 inch either way, but for me it's easy to go that way. So I'm just going to line it up and cut that off. Now I could use this for a tag or something else, but now we've got a shape that looks like this, pretty plain and simple. So I thought it would be neat to bring in this, some different designer paper. And so I'm bringing in this, and this paper is called, again, it's a sneak peek, it's called Fancy Flora. So let me just show you this paper. I'll just flip through it. So look at this. You can see that it was actual paint, and then the pictures were taken. And when we were at our conference, all of the decor was done in this designer paper. So the one side has more I don't know, more of a scene, I guess, and the other side is more a little bit more monochromatic, but it looks a little bit like Monet paintings or something like that. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper, gorgeous colors in it. So many colors. Goes with almost everything. So you can see, it's just fabulous. Just makes me happy. There we go. So that's the paper that's in that. So I chose a little slice of it, and we're going to put it down here. And remember, when you get designer paper, it tells you the coordinating colors here. But first off, we're just going to fasten this down, and you can use whatever adhesive you want. Ooh, that got a real big glob. We don't want it to be a glob. There we go. I've been making swap cards off and on today. My husband, my granddaughter, or our granddaughter, gifted her cold to her grandfather. So he's been trying to recover from his cold today and catching a bit of snooze time. So there we go. So now when we close it, look at how it just pops out. Isn't that a neat effect? I just love it. So now we've got that there. We need to decide what we're going to stamp. Well, first off, we're going to stamp the flower. Now these are photopolymer, so that the joy of it is you can see through, but the other thing is that you need something with a bit of a cushion. I'm using this from the Stamparatus, but you could use your Stampin' Pierce mat. You could use anything that gives you a bit of sponge. If you don't have anything, even a magazine or something will help. So I'm going to flatten this out, and I'm going to stamp my image in Memento Black. And because it's a big image, I'm going to just turn it upside down. And with Memento Black, it's different. It's a different design stamp pad than the regular stamp pads. So what I like to do is put my finger here and give a little more pressure in the middle. And you can kind of see if it's inking up. And I think that looks pretty good. And so we're going to just put this down. It's just going to float in the middle of our card. There we go. Give it a moment for the ink to transfer, and a big stamp, big pressure, right? Little stamp, little pressure, putting pressure in the middle and lift. And then we've got that gorgeous image right there. I just love the detail. It's a stamp that can stand alone, that's for sure. But now we need to add some color. Now, I was going to give you a choice, but I think I'm going to make the choice for you because I only had ribbon and fresh freesia. So we're going to go with fresh freesia. but what I did when I was, just show you my thought process here, when I was trying to decide, these colors are all in here. There's Fresh Freesia, there's Orchid Oasis, there's Calypso Coral, and so I could have made the flowers in any of those. I ended up going with this because that's the ribbon I had, but I did experiment a little bit. So here it is in Calypso Coral. So that looks really nice. And here it is in Fresh Freesia. So, and the two greens, other than Evening Evergreen, are these two. So Soft Sea Foam or Soft Succulent. So you tell me which of the greens, so the lighter green or the darker green. As we're doing the flower, you can be entering that, the lighter green or the darker green. And I better make sure I can see your comments here. So what we're going to do is, I see a darker green being shown there. Darker green, darker it is. Now, before I ink this up, let me just show you, when I am doing this, sometimes before I ink stamps up, and it's going to be two-step. So what two-step is, stamping up is really a forerunner. It always has been in two-step stamping, and now it's distinctive as well. Distinctive meaning there's light and dark. So when I first started stamping with Stampin' Up many, many years ago, there was a two-step stamping stamp set, and I was petrified to use it because I thought I'll never match it up. And then I found out it just matches up easily. Doesn't matter if you're totally within the lines. But before I ink it up, I like to just figure it out. Where does it go? So it's going to go like that. Then I will ink it up in the Fresh Freesia. Just like that. Give it a moment to transfer, and just like that, I have colored in that stamp. It's just like magic. I love it. So we'll close that up for now, and I said the darker, so we're going to bring in the Soft Succulent, and we're going to bring in the leaves first. So again, before I ink them up, I'm just going to visualize where they go. There we go. Try that again. Get them lined up. The more you can get your head over it, the better. But ooh, I got that right on. Whew, that makes me happy. And then we've got this one. And so you might say, where in the world does that go? So you see this little flower, it looks like a flower here. It's actually the base of this flower. So it is going to go about like that. So we'll go like this. And just like that, you have your image colored. I just absolutely love it. And I just thank Stampin' Up so much for making it so easy. It's wonderful. They even have included a little center that we can put in the center of the flower. So let's bring in Daffodil Delight and do that. Just like that. And look at how that's coming together already. So we'll put that to the side. And while we've got the inks going, did you notice that I did the flower on the inside too? So why don't we just do that? I'll bring in a piece of paper here because we're going to go off the edge. Oh, you guys are liking this two-step stamping too. I know, it's just like magic every time. At least it is for me. So I'm going to bring in this little flower to decorate the bottom of the inside. And you could do this on the envelope too. It would look gorgeous. And remember, everybody who comments, whether you're here in real time or in watching the replay, your name goes into a draw and somebody's going to receive this card in the mail. I'll randomly draw names next week. Now, what did I do with, oh, here it is. So here again, this is going to fill this in. Now this one, I better play around and make sure I can see where it goes. It goes like that. Okay, we're going to fill that in. Just like that. And because it's got the watercolor look, it's fine for it to be out off the edges. And then over here, we want to add that little bee, because I just thought this was genius how they did the bee. So we'll add him, her, I'll say him. There we go, just like that. Now I better close some ink pads up before I color the bee's body here. So we'll bring in the yellow again. And then this little tiny stamp, just like that. And you ink it up, and it's got an, I'm going to put the oval towards the antenna, the rounded part. Can you see? And then I'm going to turn it around. And so there, that like that. And we've just stamped the little bee like that. So two-step stamping even for the bee. And I forgot one thing on the flower on the inside. Sorry for hopping around, but I just saw this here. We have this little stamp here, which took me a minute but to figure out what it was for, but it goes right there. So let's open this back up again. And just like that, we've got that colored. So you can color with your blends, with your markers. You can leave it black, or you can do what we've just been doing. Now, there's even, where did I put my stamp set? Here we go. They even have the splotches. I am not so sure about adding the splotches this time. What do you think? Should I add the splotches? Well, you're letting me know if I should add the splotches or not. I'm going to work on the tag. So say splotches or no splotches. All right. And, oh yes, tag. So I cut the tag out using the TaylorMade tags, just like that. Oh, a lot of you, yes, I would never have figured the bee out either, except to happen to see someone else who shared that. And I thought, that's brilliant. So I'm so glad we all share with each other and we can learn from each other. A few splotches I'm seeing. Okay, whoops, better stamp right side up. Had that upside down. That's what I get when I start looking at comments, and you just never know what you're going to get. So I'm putting sending happy thoughts here, because then I can make it for if they've got some good news, or if it's their birthday or whatever on the inside. And a few splotches. I think for the splotches, I might go with the light color here. I'll give that a whirl anyway. And here are the splotches. Forgot to mount the splotches. There we go. So I'll do a test run here. Yes, they're nice and gentle. I think that will be good. Okay, so we will do a few here, maybe a few here. I can get a little splotch happy, so I do have to be careful. Should have some going off the edge, right? Twist it around a little bit. And I'm going to stop, because I could get really carried away, and that would likely not be a good idea. So the little bee's wings need, I think, a little wink of Stella, little sparkle. There we go, like that. And now we just need to finish it off with the words. Now, I've already buried. What I did on this one is I added a bit of ribbon here, and just did that, and I let it overhang, so when it's closed, it looks like it's all part of the card, but when it's open, it's like that, and I was quite happy with that. So I just might do the same thing. So I said I chose Fresh Freesia because I had some Fresh Freesia ribbon, and just Stampin' Up! Loves it. I love how they have everything coordinated, everything goes together. And I also keep a ribbon jar. So if I have scraps in here, and I thought that I had some Fresh Freesia ribbon in here, and I do. So there, whatever I store things in, I try to make it clear so I can see, and then I can use my scraps. So on this one here, what I did is I cut the ribbon into 3 pieces. So I just altered the ribbon and tied a knot. This one, I think I'm just going to tie a knot, because actually when you have all those bits and pieces, it looks really neat, but it's a little harder to tie, and I wouldn't trust myself doing that on camera. So I'm just going to tie a knot, and that's actually likely a little bit big. So let's trim it down with my ribbon scissors. There we go. And let's finish this card off. So we're going to bring in some dimensionals. We'll pop this up on dimensionals. A couple of dimensionals will be perfect. Ooh, I hope, did I make that too close to the edge? Let's see, if I go about like that. What I was checking is to make sure my dimensional is not going to hang off the edge, but it's not. Otherwise, if I hadn't pushed too hard on the dimensionals, I could peel it off, and now would be the time to do it. Right, so I think right about there. And we're going to bring this in and a glue dot and just fasten it on. And I just realized I went to find some embellishments to go with this card, and I got sidetracked. I think my husband came and chatted, and I forgot to finish that off. So let me just grab some embellishments. Right here, I like to keep my embellishments in a case. These are the 2021-2023 in color opal rounds, and so they're going to match perfectly. I could even bring in some of the greens too, so I could mix and match my colors if I wanted. Let's see here. Put one down here. This sort of adds to the splotches, right? So it also finishes it off a little bit. And we've got the bee there. We could put one there. Yeah. I know I stamped there, but we'll do that. So just like that, we have made that card. And now you've seen a couple of ways to add color to your projects. So you can add color with two-step stamping, which is like magic. You can leave it black and white. You can emboss and just make it striking that way. This is going to be a pretty card when I ever get it done. I just know it is. Or you can emboss and then use your pencil crayons like that. And you could also, right? You could also use your blends, your markers, and all different kinds of things. So Valerie, you're going to want this set. Yeah, do you know what? We all received this on stage, and I thought, oh, it's okay. But then when I started to play with it, I thought this set is amazing. It's got amazing words. I love the two-step. It's sort of got everything you could want in here. And I just wanted to share how I did the inside here. I put "for a very happy birthday," which also comes for it. Now, why is it on a lovely little stitched rectangle? Because I made a boo-boo, right? I stamped crooked. So I did it again, and now it looks like I was just making the card extra fancy. So you can always turn your oops into something wonderful, right? So I am going to stop here. This is just to whet your appetite about what's coming January 5th and to get you thinking about that, and also to get you thinking a little bit about something other than Christmas cards. If you're like me, it's hard to make that switch afterwards. I have a sister whose birthday is early January, and her card is always one of the hardest ones to make because I just am having trouble getting my mojo going again. So this is going to be perfect for her because she loves gardening. So she'll get one of these cards, but one of you will get this one. So make sure to leave a comment, even if it's just a hi. Just let me know you've been here, and you will qualify to have your name drawn. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope I get to play with some more new stuff this week. If I do, I might be popping on, but I don't know. But for sure, I'll be back next Monday night. So have fun, enjoy your holidays. I hope you have some time for a little bit of crafting too. And if you make something, feel free to share it in the comments below. All right? Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.